try and get live there as well. Can I go on Instagram? What am I doing? Where do we go live on Instagram? Are we live? We are live. Awesome. We are live and we have one person saying hello to us. Hello. We've got Manuela Nicolosi here while I'm striving to get the Instagram feed to work. And I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do this now. The realities of being a live streamer. Excellent. Actually, it's not necessarily working out for us. So bear with us. Thank you for your understanding, whoever has joined. I really appreciate your patience. So we are making this happen. Thank you, Manuela, for your patience as well. The joys of non-integrated software. And it doesn't seem to be doing it for me, unfortunately. So I think we'll have to go with that for now. No Instagram, I'm afraid. We'll share that later. But welcome, Manuela. I'm so happy to be connecting with you directly with Italy. I think you are the only guest I've ever connected from in Italy. So number one, first, hello, Paul. Today, we are connecting London and Italy. Which city, if I may ask?
Rome.
Rome, the capital. Brilliant. I've been to Rome, so I know how beautiful it is and what a lovely sunset you must have had already. Welcome to Eudaimonia live show, Manuela. It's incredible, really, to have you here. And, it's important to have you here as well, because at Eudaimonia live show, we strive to bring people on board and interview them and learn from them, from people who actually sprinkle eudaimonia into our lives. And just to explain a little bit about eudaimonia, eudaimonia is a Greek philosophical word. And for Italians who have done a little bit of Latin and ancient Greek, I hear they may know the term already. But eudaimonia is a term that mainly Aristotle came up with, and it means mainly being in good terms with our demons, with our spirit. So I have founded Eudaimonia Coaching 10 years ago now, on a mission to democratize human flourishing. And you'll start seeing the connections of why Manuela is on the show. I coach ambitious professionals to decode their personal purpose and find career alignment. And of course, within that process, we see a lot of transitions as well within careers. I introduced Eudaimonia's success model in 2018 through a TEDx talk. And I am writing my book on how to access the eudaimonic state of mind. But also, I am the creatress of Eudaimonia Land, the Disneyland for the spirit. On this Eudaimonia live show, I showcase amazing people like Manuela. So hopefully you'll see the thread of what connected us together, and what she will share with you today will be incredible to help you understand how our careers and how what we love really can dictate that. Hello, Manoj. How are you doing? And it's time to introduce Manuela. Manuela Nicolosi, hello and welcome, is one of Fortune Italia's most powerful women in 2023. She is the first Italian female referee in the men's UEFA Super Cup, final of the FIFA Women's World Cup, and in the last two Olympics, also in Ligue 1, right? Because it's the French one, in soccer. She has also dedicated more than 15 years in helping big company CEOs and CFOs in improving their performance, bringing her sport, but also her PricewaterhouseCoopers finance expertise on the leadership tables around the globe. She's an absolutely inspirational speaker and a motivational lecturer. You will see her passion coming through in a moment. So I'm just holding that passion at the moment before it is shared with us on the screen. And of course, she has a global career and reach, and we're so grateful and excited to have you here with us. So I'm not going to hesitate. I'm also going to invite our audience who's joined us to ask any questions at any point. If one of us, misses, then the other one will join in and scroll back and
Mhm.
make sure we address it. So, Manuela, here you are. You are one of the 50 most powerful women as shortlisted by Fortune Italia's institution. So, congratulations. This is not an accident. I know that. But let's get started like deep in the, meat of it. What constitutes power for you? Power and also being a woman. It's Women's History Month. It's International Women's Day, of course, in March celebrated. Give us power, women, from Manuela Nicolosi.
Hi, Christina. Hi, everybody. I'm very happy to be here with you today. So we spoke last time, long time ago, actually, to prepare this live today, and so I was really looking forward to being here with you today. So thank you very much for inviting me in your super podcast, and I love what you're doing. So before you spoke about reaching this state, the eudaimonia state, so amazing. So I'm very again proud and happy to be here with you. Thank you for the introduction and thank you for the question. So, what does power mean to me? So, for me, being a powerful woman or having power means two things. Most of means different things, but I would say two most important things. So, one is being able to lead others, to inspire others, because having power for me means also being able to make other people being inspired by you. So through my story, this is what I love doing. I love inspiring people to let them be aware of their potential, of their capabilities. What I achieved is not because I am better than other people. I am exactly the same. We all have the same potential, okay, for achieving different things. But being consistent, okay, being able to achieve your goals, this for me is powerful. Is show to the other also that your goal and your dreams are possible. Everything is achievable if you really work hard and with persistence for them. So one thing for power is inspiring others, leading others, and the other thing is also show them with your actions, okay, that what you say is exactly what you're doing. It's not someone that says a lot of things but then acts in a completely different way is not someone powerful, because it's not impacting others with the actions. For me, the actions are more important than the words.
Wow. And I loved how you combined the concept of power, and of course we're going to talk a little bit more about the womanhood of that dynamic. But Manuela, this is incredibly important, and this is just even the first question I have asked Manuela. But as you know, I am a coach, and people talk about confidence a lot, and I know I'm digressing a little bit from perhaps our agenda, but I know you can handle it because you've already gone there. There's nothing more powerful than integrity. We are in our power. We don't even need to talk about confidence once we are integral. And this is exactly what you described. It's good to talk, it's good to set intentions, it's good to know that we have potential, it's good to see even potential in others. But if they don't follow up with action, if they are not, making impact through action, then they're not powerful. And as a result, they're not even confident, because of course it comes up, as you know, right? The confidence. And you went straight to it because you understand power intimately. And that's why it was even the first question without us even knowing. It just happened to be the first question. But boy, girl, you answered it so powerfully. Thank you for this. And the woman element then, of course, I think women understand that very, very intimately. Hello, Marietta. Hello, Adriana. That's so nice to see you here, both of you. It's, women know this impact, right? We know that
Mhm.
without our actions, there's no power. Without that integrity, there's no power. It's interesting, you link the two. And I wonder, have you noticed perhaps that women are different in this way? Perhaps is this our superpower as women, as opposed to a world where a lot is being said, and I'm going to use the safe example of politics, perhaps, but it's very little action followed up, especially in some of our more Mediterranean countries as well. Do you think that's perhaps what makes women more powerful in the context of?
Mm. I think actually that based also on my personal experience, that
Mm,
maybe the fact that to get to highest position, we need to do things twice, okay? Two
mhm,
times more than a man sometimes.
mm,
To allow others also, especially when we are pioneers, okay, in
mhm.
a male dominated environment, we need
I'll
to
talk about
show
that.
we need
Yeah.
to act, okay, and
Mhm,
demonstrate, and so to show to the others that we are not only capable of doing that, but we are capable of doing that and also in a very good way. Okay, sometimes this is unfortunately what has happened also during my career, and so
mhm,
for this maybe this is one of the reasons why we show more with actions what we
mhm,
really say. So also because of it's not an obligation, but sometimes even if we know things
mhm.
theoretically, okay, people need to, okay, but you're a woman, show me that you can do that. So we are used to,
Wow.
to be asked this, and
Mm,
maybe this is why also I answer to the first question about power, saying we need to act, I would say, as exactly based on what we said, because if we say something and then we act in a completely different
different
way,
way.
or we allow other people to tell us, you see, you say something and not you're acting that way. So we need to show, unfortunately, that we are able to do exactly what we said, and most of all, in a very good way, maybe better than others. Okay. So action is really what I would say for a woman is very, very important.
Yeah, and creates power.
Mm.
Whoa. Um, Women out there and men out there. I don't think there is a
Of
more
course.
powerful, message, at least
Hmm.
personally for me. I don't know what the other questions will unfold. So wait. Um, let us move with that, because power, success are linked. And
Hmm.
perhaps I'll even say we never know which is the egg and which is, the chicken. Sometimes, we'd like to know, but I think they go hand in hand. But perhaps you might be able to give me a different approach to this. But Tony Robbins says success leaves clues. And the reason I'm mentioning that is because you didn't switch your career because the previous one was no good. You were very successful in the corporate as well as part of PricewaterhouseCoopers, PwC, for the majority of us already. So Manuela was already successful in the finance industry in one of the global big four consultancies, corporations, in finance. So how did you make that transition? Because that's really curious for me. How did you make a transition when you had security to actually a career that you didn't have anything guaranteed? So from money and success to actually no guarantees. And I think everybody wants to hear, how did you work that through in your heart,
Mm.
perhaps in your mind? How did you do it?
Yeah, because I had the personal story. So while I was working, I was manager at the corporate level. I had to choose, but not because, as you said, because I wanted to choose, but because I was obliged to to make a decision. So I was used to make decisions as a referee on a pitch, because a referee make around 200 decisions during a game. So I was used to, it doesn't mean 200 times a whistle, okay?
Yeah.
It means 200 situations I need to decide if it's foul or no, if it's yellow card or red card, if it's offside, it's not offside. So around 200 decisions. So I was used to make decisions fast. But that decisions was very important, because I was preparing for my first World Cup. So I had to be abroad several days because of the preparation for the World Cup. But at the same time, I had the corporate job. So I was juggling, okay, to be able to do both, because I love both. I love being a referee, but I also love my career. And I always achieved my goal in both, okay, because I am ambitious and I work as an achiever. But of course, it was not easy, because during the week I was, so I had the corporate job, and at the same time I had to train. And during the weekend, I was referee. So, and I wanted to be both, okay? But then one day, my former boss came to me and said, Manuela, so you are making other people in the team jealous. Because, yes, because that time you were having a meeting remotely, because you were in Spain. I was told you were in Spain for a game. That time I was told you were in Germany for another game. So it means that really they had nothing to do than look at my games when I was abroad for that reason. And instead of telling me, as a leader, as a powerful leader should say, let me help you and find a solution to make you being able to live your passion and at the same time staying with us. But he didn't do like this. So he acted really the opposite, as I said before, as a powerful leader. He told me, starting from tomorrow, okay, you need to stop refereeing and being present at the office from 9 to 6.
Because other people were jealous.
Yes, but at the very end, he said, I don't have time myself for training for basket, because he loves basket, okay? I can play basket, so you can't spend time being a referee. So he showed me that he was putting on me his limits, okay? So it was not a question of me not achieving my goal, my corporate goals. It was his problem or my colleagues' problem. They were not able to live their passion. So they wanted me to stop my passion. And that night, I took the decision. I had to take the decision. So on one end, I had corporate job, something very sure, okay, because I earn a lot of money. I was a manager, so very sure, okay. On the other end, I had my passion that was not sure at all, because as a referee, you are not like a player, okay? You have no insurance. So if I got injured the day after, I would have stopped refereeing, no more. And I was not a professional referee, so no security at all, no salary.
Yeah,
exactly. So I had to decide security or passion. And then I put myself first. I put my happiness first, okay? And I said, okay, if I stay at my corporate job, I won't be happy, because also the confidence with my boss is no more there. I can't trust him anymore, okay? So I decided that night, what makes me happy? It makes me happy being on a pitch, running on a pitch. And most of all, I had the goal to become the first female Italian referee to referee the final of the World Cup. And I say, if I stop now, I won't achieve my goal, my dream. And then this is the reason why I had to stop my corporate job and being 100% a referee. I don't regret it. even if it was not my own decision, okay, but I'm happy that I was able to take this decision, even if it was risky. But
Yeah.
again, this is power. This is the power to being able to assume, okay, all the risk of your goals and of your decisions,
It's
as I
either
do on a
risk
pitch.
or investment, however you want to see it, right? And you chose, instead of seeing it as a risk, you, Manuela, literally, this is a beautiful example, and thank you for sharing it. You have seen it as an investment. Like, okay, it's
Mm,
not a choice you were willing to make, but it
mm,
was a choice you were given, and you
mm,
decided to see it in the most empowered,
mm,
way you could see it, from a state of mind of, okay,
mm,
I'm not going to stop now. Well, now you're giving me permission to literally follow my passion
mm,
100%. I love what you said about what makes me happy. Put myself
mm,
first. It takes me several sessions to get my clients to actually utter that, say
mm,
that.
mm.
And you have come to that conclusion. It seems to me, pretty quickly. Snap decision. Was it a snap decision? I have to check. It must have been a very difficult decision.
Mm. It is indeed. It is indeed. But it's also true that thanks to refereeing, I learned
Hmm.
to make decisions fast. So you
Hmm.
know very well as a coach that when you do something repeatedly, when you have the habit, okay, of doing something, then this is the way how you keep doing things. So I learned to take decisions very fast, and this is what I do now in my personal life, in my professional life. When I have to take a decision, I take it fast because this is the way I learned to make decisions. And I don't go back. Many people, when they ask me something and I decide immediately, they tell me, yeah, but you're a woman, you will change your mind. And
Huh.
I say, yeah, because I don't know, maybe men, they
Is
have
that
the idea that because we are women, we have to change our mind. I don't know.
value?
But
Yeah, do
I
you value?
exactly maybe come back the day after and say, you know what, I thought about that all the night and etc etc. But I'm not like that. You ask me something, I take a decision, and that's it. I'm not going back. Okay. Then, of course, if new information come up, okay, then in that case, I say, okay, now I have new information. So let me check the new information that I have. But based on the information that I have in that moment, I take the decision immediately. And this is not something that I do now consciously, It's something that my subconscious that is doing that because he's used to do. It is used to do that. So
Trained yourself
whatever
to.
whatever decision I take this immediately because as I said before, I was used to take decisions all the time on the pitch.
In
Also
the middle,
manage
you have to raise the flag,
exactly,
or you have to call out an offside, you have to,
exactly,
point
and
out
no,
bad behavior. So,
and also with the pressure of the public, with the pressure of the media.
and
So
the camera,
I'm used to yes, exactly. So
how precious. That was almost the easiest decision perhaps you could make in your own time without all that pressure. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. It's not.
no, because I don't have the public. I don't have 80,000 people shouting at me.
It was a quieter decision where your subconscious could be loud in this case. Look, thank you for sharing this. This is a very personal example, but a very telling example of how your passion has actually trained you to make the right decision for your future and for actually becoming the person you dreamt once when you were a little girl. Tell us a little bit more then about the ways in which you have felt hindered, limited, to be a woman. And you have shared a couple already, in your chosen path, because once you've made that decision was there, but that didn't mean that the moment you made the decision the red carpet was, unfolded for you to walk on it, right? It wasn't easy. So your chosen path, I'm sure you had some difficulties. When we last met, we talked a little bit about the ways in which you were discriminated, may I use the word, against, for being a woman. in your full womanhood expression,
Mm-hmm.
and expressing yourself authentically at work. And it was not, by the players. You clarified to me, not even by the public. The players and the public had full respect for who you are, how you're expressing, how well you do the job. Because anyway, this is covered by media. They can see the quality of the work you do. But it was by your colleagues and perhaps even some friends, right? So tell us the ways in which you were hindered and perhaps even discriminated, if you don't mind sharing a couple of examples or just one that kind of telling, because it wasn't in the end the people who you were perhaps most expecting to be discriminated against. It was
Mm-hmm.
people you were hoping for support.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Correct. And yeah, okay, that's true that you say fully support from the public and the players. Okay, I wouldn't say fully support because sometimes the public is very aggressive, but it's true that when you arrive at the professional level, you're recognized. Okay, from the players, from the public, you're recognized as a professional. Okay, they know that you achieved that level because of your work and what you did before. But as I am a pioneer, so I am one of the very few female referees in a male-dominated environment. Of course, the first reaction from my colleagues was, you have stolen the place to a male colleague.
Oh,
So
wow.
that was the first reaction. Yeah, of course, because you are a woman. So yeah.
As if you don't belong here, basically, is what they're telling you.
Exactly.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it was very hard for me to accept this because, of course, at the beginning, the normal reaction is not the acceptance. The normal reaction is to be, I would say, aggressive, but this is aggressive what you say to women, of course. To men, they are charismatic, okay? The women, they are aggressive if they use exactly the same tone. But so I was, my first reaction was to be aggressive in the sense of being like, no, I'm not. It's not I'm not the thief. I am not I haven't stolen anything. It's just my my potential. It's just my capabilities of being a referee. This is why I am here. Okay, but for them, at the beginning, it was not. I understood that this was not the right, I would say, approach that I had to have with them. So I need them to understand that I was not there against them. I was there against myself. I was there to show myself that I could do that I could achieve that, and that I shared exactly the same passion as them. But it was not that easy to make them understand this. And secondly, my big problem also was that I was not only a woman, but also feminine, okay?
Woman, the
So
full woman.
for most of them, it was not conceivable that I was good at my job, that was the same as their job, but at the same time also good looking, I would say. Okay, it was not they couldn't accept this. So many times I was told to be much more masculine, to be less visible. I was too visible for them.
Less visible, like these words. Oh my God. Whew.
Exactly.
Thank you for sharing.
So,
This is
but
tough.
I
This is,
tried actually. I tried,
yeah,
Christina, actually at the beginning because I said, okay, if this is the way I can achieve my goal, let me try.
I'm
So
happy
no
to do it.
makeup, being very not shy, but not stop speaking that much, stop saying my opinion, okay?
Whew.
And then I saw no change because from the observer, it was always okay, considering that you are a woman in a male championship, blah, 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 blah. So I was like, okay, so nothing has changed. They always judge me
No
because
matter.
of being a woman and not because of my capabilities. So sometimes I was even told, okay, today you did a good job, but I think that at the higher level, you won't be able to follow the game. You won't be enough fast. So I was like, I'm sorry, are you judging me for today's match, or are you judging me based on what
Oh,
you
they,
think?
oh,
Exactly. So if
yeah.
they were just like,
Wow.
yes, exactly, I'm judging you based on what I think. So they also had no problem to say that it was against me being a woman. They had no problem to say that. So I was like, come on, really? So I was again say, okay, nothing is changing if I have no makeup or I'm less visible. So let me be myself, okay? And then let me work hard until when I found finally a boss that was judging me, not because of being a woman, but only based of my capabilities. But it it was I had to wait a lot of time.
I was going to say, I was going to ask you because as you were talking about the difficulties of, really, and you're showing me the impact of being a leader when you don't believe in
Mm,
your staff
mm,
simply because
mm,
they are a woman. And there's no policy anywhere in the world that says a referee cannot be a woman. It was just an assumed,
mm, mm,
made rule that they had
mm,
in their mind that they couldn't see
mm,
you fitting into a man's position,
mhm,
stealing a position from a man was what you
mm,
were told first. So I need to ask, what did it take not only to succeed or survive in this case, right, but to thrive in a male-dominated industry without the internal expected support? Because you'd think your
mm,
manager would promote you, would see you for who you are, and they would back you up because that's what leaders are here to do. At least
mm,
that's what we
mm,
hear, that's the narrative,
mm,
that
mm,
organizations want to say. And let's be honest, sport is a tough, competitive,
mm,
environment to succeed. But actually, it's supposed to be the only role model in terms of support and the importance of
mm,
coaching, the importance of,
mm,
promoting people from, either disadvantaged backgrounds or diversity backgrounds, or they're really promoting themselves as trying really hard to do that. So how, like, what kept you going? Obviously, you mentioned that in the end you kept waiting for a long time till you found the right people, but what, in the meanwhile, without you having seen the light in the tunnel, what kept you going for your dreams and ambitions? Because as far as I'm concerned, for the years you have kept fighting for your dream, there wasn't much hope under a leadership that didn't believe in
mm,
you,
mm,
and more so, undermining you in this case, saying, I don't think you can make it, not because of your capability, but because you're a woman. Like, how
mm,
did
mm,
you keep yourself going against all odds? Because until you found the right person to promote you and sponsor you and support you,
mm,
like, you
mm.
had coming through,
Yeah,
in the darkness of suffocation.
absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. I had to work on different things, but especially on myself,
Mm,
because at the beginning I knew that my I would say my emotions or my because every year when around at the end of the season and I didn't see my name on the promotion list, I was really sad. And every year I was like, okay, I'm done with that. I'm done with that because there's nothing. Because every time also I asked, what can I improve to get there? The answer was like, oh, you're good. You're good. Uh, trying to be less visible. Every time was this one.
yes, to
So
be
it was
promoted.
really, so I
Oh,
was, yeah, exactly. I was so upset because I knew that they could never say the same to a man colleague. Okay. So then every time I had to work on, first of all, on what do I want exactly for the decision that I took before on the corporate job. Every year I was like, no, I'm done with that, I'm done. And then I say, okay, but what's my goal? What's my dream?
mm,
Achieve the final of the World Cup, being there. Okay, so stop listening to them. Stop uh, being sad because I don't have the support. Okay, let me just think what is important to me. Okay, my goal. What do I want to achieve? So, and I stop also giving them the power again
Mhm.
to
Mhm.
have an impact on my emotion and on my feelings. So I
Mhm.
stop taking those things personally.
Yeah.
I every time I went to a game and again another observer because you are a woman and you can do that, I was like, okay, he's telling this not because I don't deserve it, not because I am not enough good, not because of this and this, but because of their thinking. Okay, so I need to focus on what I really want and not allowing them to have this power. So I learned with personal improvement, okay, of course, with personal training, to not giving to stop giving them the power to have an impact on my feeling, and then I focus only on my goals. Then finally I achieved.
Wow.
But that was
Thank you.
not easy, of course. That was not easy. It was a lot of tears, a lot of uh, being sad and bad because I saw my colleagues, my male colleagues, being promoted, and I was like, I'm still here. I'm still here. But
And
then every time I was okay, what do I want to achieve? I want to achieve this. Okay. Okay.
stop.
Being said, assume your leave your emotions now, but now again, again, work for your goals again and again.
Mhm. Thank
And then I was right.
Yes.
Mm.
So again, that instant initial decision led you
Mm.
right. Um, I think it's important. You mentioned it already, and I think it's important to mention it again. No one prepared you for this transition, let alone
Mm.
you weren't supported after you made that transition. Which everybody, if they had half a moment to think about what you have tried to
Mm.
achieve and under what circumstances they would be willing to support you, because it took a lot of work and
Mm.
humility to come here for you, and especially being told that you need to be invisible, whereas the same advice would never go to a male colleague of yours in your industry, right? So
Mm.
you mentioned, again and again, the importance of personal development,
Mhm.
especially for creating a personal brand now on a global stage. And you do have a personal brand on a global stage, and nobody taught you how to do it. In fact, you were undermined on your way of creating this for yourself. You mentioned, therefore, the personal development, how you switched that thinking, how you worked through
Mm.
focusing just on your goal, and how much of that training, that inner, work that you were doing actually had a huge factor in your
Mm.
phenomenal rise to fame to basically surpass all of that, find the right person who would believe in you, who would see you for who you are
Mm.
without judging you on your authentic expression. Like,
Mm.
how are you continuing this journey? Because you've done that on your
Mm.
own while you didn't have the support, but now obviously you're carrying on, and that's why you are pursuing not just a referee career, but an entirely different career as a
Mm.
motivational, inspirational speaker on a global stage now. Like, how are you continuing this journey of growth, personal development? How did it start, and how did you encounter it, and how did you, um,
Mm.
share it now? Because you do
Yeah.
share it.
It changed my life actually, starting a personal training, personal improvement, because I understood so many things about myself. I
Mm,
understood that before looking for happiness outside me, I had to find for happiness inside me. So I had to work on myself. And then that was really life changing because when I understood exactly what I wanted through the personal improvement, okay, what I wanted, what I was looking for, and also what was very, really important to me, okay. So, and then because I've always been a person trying to do 100 things at the same time, okay, so my energy was never enough because I wanted to be everywhere, perfect
yeah.
on a corporate job, being a referee, being a mother, being a wife, being that, and I always wanted to be everywhere. But
Mm,
then I was like, um, my
Oh,
energy wasn't even enough. I wasn't really happy. Okay. And so with
mm,
personal improvement, I understood what really made me happy, because I understood that only being happy yourself, then you can give this happiness, you can give this energy outside. But before, you have to be focused on yourself. So I put myself first and worked
mhm,
also on communication to be efficient in my communication. I understood with the neurolinguistic programming also that the aim of the communication must be having a clear goal, okay,
mm,
of what you want to communicate. So now my communication, I have a goal when I communicate with someone, and I go to that goal. So I am not talking about other things, or also when there is an argument, I'm not,
mm,
even if now I have less and less arguments, because now I understand the other people, I have active listening, so it's less and less. But now when I argue, I'm not arguing anymore. I'm just giving the other people my my feeling. I'm just telling them my feeling, how
mm,
that behavior made me feel, or how I what I would love to have, but not just saying, "Oh, you did this, you did this, you did," because this goes any nowhere. Okay, this is not the aim. So I
mm,
understood. I made a lot of job on, again, my communication, my emotional management.
yeah,
Okay,
mhm,
and that really changed completely my life. So now that I am a speaker and a trainer, this is what I want to do. I want to help as many people as possible, especially women, okay, to trust their potential, and
yeah,
also to believe, of course, in their goals, in their dreams, and
mhm.
but also giving the tips, okay, that I learned through my personal improvement to this training, and give them all that I've learned through my experience.
Wow. Wow, I have I should be taking notes, and I hope whoever is hearing, this is literally the golden rules of turning around not only a career, but also, after you've made that transition, how to get to the top of your league and start a third career as well, just because you can. Um,
Mm,
so career, transitioners out there, career changers, listen up. But what I hear from you, Manuela, is that literally, if I could summarize, what you shared in terms of your personal development journey throughout the beautiful and dramatic transitions you've made here, is being able to be clear about what's important for you, your
mm,
goal, your values, and being able to fully be integral with that. Like, people told you to be less visible, to not make other people jealous, but actually you said, hang on, I can't live pleasing just others. I have to put myself first. So not only the clarity of your goals, your values, and what's important for you, but actually being able to silence the noise that was not really getting you there. And
mm,
you said beautifully, not take it personally, because it was just an opinion. It wasn't your
mm,
opinion about yourself. It had
mm,
nothing to do with that.
mm,
And in several occasions, actually take all of that learning, of course, augment all of that with, tools like NLP,
mm,
coaching and personal training, on the pitch, off the pitch, on your
mm,
communication. But being able to communicate effectively without blaming, without taking it
mm,
personally, but actually sharing from the heart what the feeling is, but also being able
mm,
to self regulate your emotions, to be able to hold space for active listening for another, to get to the goals of both of you much faster without losing the energy through arguments, through back and forths that don't matter. And I can definitely say you're very efficient in the way you communicate, because we had background communication. And although you were ill, you managed to give me
mm,
exactly what I needed to be able to carry
mm,
on, our
mm.
connection throughout to prepare this talk. So thank you very much. Although you were 10 days ill and in the bed, for that. So nobody would have noticed, the way you carried that through. Thank you. Um, So that brings us slowly to the end of our talk.
Mm,
But if you do
mm,
have questions for Manuela, this is the time to put them in the comments and, get her to answer your personal question if you have something that you've been, nesting and wanting to ask. Um, what is then your mission going forward? Because, going from a corporate career, very successful corporate career, to taking a massive risk, but a risk that actually made
mm,
you happy. What would you say is your mission now that the stage is global, going forward? And of course, I want to ask this question, a message to the world, but also to the women out there who are contemplating. They are being given
mm,
feedback on a daily basis about how
mm,
to be. And, perhaps they are leaning onto their supportive networks
mm,
who
mm,
perhaps are a little bit unconscious about what it takes to be a woman and a powerful woman in a global stage
mm,
and be
mm,
able to have a personal brand. What would you say would be, either your tips or your message? What is your mission now? How can we support you on that?
mm. So my mission now, as I said before, is to inspire as many people and women as possible, because I have learned, again, through my experience and through my personal development,
Mm,
um, the tools that you need to put in place to use yourself, okay, to make yourself happy and to have a successful life. That it doesn't mean for everybody being on the final of the World Cup. Each of us has is her own goals. Okay, definition is her own definition of success. So for me, it was that one, and I achieved that. And now my new goal, my new dream is really this one, to inspire the other. When I have a speech or a training and I see women coming to me and say, "Oh, you inspire me, you give me so much passion, so much energy. I want also, I want to achieve my goals." Yeah, this is when I am happy, because I achieved my goal, my purpose. Okay. And so the main message that I want to give to women is, first of all, trust your potential. Don't
mm,
allow others to give you their limits or their fears. Because if they tell you you are not able to do that, you won't never be able to do that, or you are not enough, or you're not enough prepared, etc., etc. These are their limits. These are their fears. So they want you to be at the same level as them, okay, and be at the uh, yeah, normal, or yeah, that level, with not being outside your comfort zone, without fears, without, but these are their limits, these are their fears, yours. Don't forget that this is your life. It's not the life of someone else. It's not the life of your husband, of your boyfriend, of your parents that want something for you. Okay, they want something for you. Okay, you accept that. You say, okay, but I have my own goals. I have my own, um, yeah, my own dreams. Okay, and
mhm,
please, please don't try to please others instead of yourself. This is not something egocentric, but please put yourself first, because once that you put yourself first, that you have find happiness in yourself, then you will be able to give love, more and more love. But if you live the life of someone else, you will be upset with you will be upset with these people, and you won't be able anymore to give them love.
wow.
Find yourself, find your happiness before. Okay, finish.
Wow. Wow. What a powerful finish. My goodness. So, what I'm hearing, and I heard it with all my heart, sitting here miles away from you, one corner of Europe, the other corner of Europe, is that if we possibly, as women who have dreams, allow ourselves to fit in the boxes that make other people feel comfortable for us, but also they want
Mhm.
our comfort, right? They think our happiness is our comfort, but they will inevitably, not because they don't love us,
Mm,
but they inevitably will put us in their box right? They will give us their limitations, is what you said, their
Mm,
fears. They will project all of that onto us
mm,
with love
mm,
because they want us to be comfortable. They want us to be
mm,
happy, but they have their own happiness, their own
mm,
image of what is happiness for us, but
mm,
it's not.
mm,
Um, and the most powerful thing you mentioned, that was really moving, um, was that actually, if we allow ourselves to be boxed in this way, unintentionally, we won't be able to be happy. And when we're not happy, we are not able to love them back.
mm.
Whoa, whoa. Have I learned something today? Well, I hope as you're learning. Yeah, because we are torn as women, right? We want to have our dreams. We want to be a good
Mm,
wife. We want to be a good mother and all the rest, right? Good sister, good daughter, all of it. Good friend,
mm.
um, good at work. Make sure our bosses don't feel, all of that. Um, but
But
actually,
you
if
know
we,
why also, Christina? Because we are taught like that. When we grow up,
yeah,
what other people tell us to as a girl? Be kind, be nice with people, be that. So they don't say the same thing to boys. They don't say to the boys, okay, go, let's play. Oh, come on, yeah, let's do this. They should say the same thing to us. Let's do this. Come on, let's go. Not
yeah,
being nice, not be rude, not do this, not do this. Stop with that. Stop with that. Stop
love it.
with that.
Women, girls out there, you heard it.
Out there.
Amazing. Absolutely loved what you shared. This is beyond wisdom as well. Thank you. We have a question. Sonia, thank
Mm,
you for your question. So, to Manuela, you are a goal oriented person. Perhaps I can show it.
mm,
Do you ever feel that what you achieve is wow and
mm,
not underestimated for looking for the next mountaintop? Boom. This is a very good question, Sonia. Thank you for sharing it
mm.
with us.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Actually, if I can be true to you, when I achieved what I achieved, I was so happy for me, of course, because I achieved my dream. But I was so used to listen to other people, to my colleagues, to my boss, telling me, okay, now you achieved that, now shut up, be less visible, be silent, be on the corner, and just keep doing your job. That I was so used to that when people from outside came to me and say, "Whoa, but your story is amazing," I was like, "Do you really think that?" I didn't even realize. And then yeah, you need to speak more about your story. And I was like, "But why? What did I do? I just did my job." And then I started making speech, and then people are like, "Wow, but your story is amazing." And then I realized that yeah, what I achieved really it was because, but only because I have a story of perseverance. I have a story of resilience. I have a story of believing really in my dreams. But I was so used, from other people telling me, yeah, okay, but now shut up, be in the corner, be quiet. Then now I've decided, you know what? I want to tell the opposite to other girls, to other women. I want to tell them, stop being in the corner, stop being silent, stop accepting what men are telling you to do, and
Mm,
understanding exactly what makes you happy and be proud of that and trust your potential. This is what I want to do because I don't want that other women they pass through the same thing I pass through. Okay, so this
mm,
is my next mountain top. Is really to give this power and give this love, this passion, this energy, this power to other women to be more and more. Because I am happy when I meet another woman that has more success than me because I'm so happy and proud for her and for being a woman showing that she can have success. So this is also another thing that I say. Women, stop being jealous. Stop being jealous of other women. Be Be happy for others. I'm always happy when other women achieve more and more than me. I'm saying, wow, good. I'm so happy she achieved that. And I want to be her friend because when we are together, also, we achieve much more. We have been used from men, from other people, to be jealous, to be against us. Oh, she's more beautiful. She's nicer. She's this. No, 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 no. This was a way again to to allow them to be comfortable with us. Oh yeah, but women, we make them jealous and make the war against them. So it's nice. But
They want
now that again, exactly. But now, because they know that if we are friends, if we really support each other, nothing can stop us. Nothing. Because we have support among each other and nothing can stop us. If you're telling me, oh, she's more beautiful than you, oh, I'm happy for that. She's amazing. Look at her. Look, of course she's beautiful. She's amazing. She's not beautiful. She's amazing. And they are
yes.
like, whoa, come on. No, I want you to put one against the other. Oh, no, no, no. You are no more doing this. You are
Yeah,
no more doing this. Mm.
beautiful. Um,
So I stopped talking. Sorry. Too much.
not to be sorry about talking. We want you to talk. We want to hear these opinions, and we want to hear how a powerful woman doesn't feel
Mm,
disempowered by another powerful woman.
mm,
We need to
mm,
hear this. We don't hear this enough. We don't have enough women in leadership positions. We don't have enough women who are
mm,
role models.
mm,
When
mm,
I was at a recent panel, and our host asked us, find out a heroine that you love and that you would like to be. And it was a striking moment where you're like, oh, I don't know many heroines. Who are they?
mm,
Where are they? You are one of them. But this is exactly it. We don't know women. We need to hear these stories, and we need to hear them loud. And
mm,
power is not to intimidate us. Any power, people have an issue with the word power. And that's why it was my
mm,
first question. We had a talk about this.
mm,
Power is not something to distance ourselves, to fear, because it's genuine, it's slow
mm,
burning, it's inevitable, and it comes from not expecting other people's validation. It comes from within, it comes from being
mm,
happy within. And you've said all of that, you taught us all of that today. And I couldn't be more grateful, Manuela, for your love here, for sharing your passion, for bringing your energy so generously, but also for changing the narrative for women. You know, really, we think powerful women should be the power that men have. And for us, the definition of power and of authentic expression and womanhood is very different after we heard your story. And we'll keep following you, connecting with you, and making sure that we see your evolution and we support your evolution. So, personally, you have that from me. But I know people who will see this live, retrospectively, will also relate to your story so beautifully. Is there anything else you wanted to share, or do we have any other questions from the audience that you would like Manuela to answer before we go? She will probably answer afterwards if we have any comments as well. I'll hug her. Is there anything you wanted to share before we go?
Just again, thank you very much, Christina. It was really, I really enjoyed this time with you. It was really, very good to share my story, but also your experience. Thank you for sharing that with me and with your followers. So again, very happy and proud to being here with you today.
I'm so grateful for your time, for making, the stage with us here, and really inspirational. Your tips are eternal, really, for women, all of us. And what a way to enter and the weekend and finish the week on a high. Manuela, again, mille baci to you in Rome. If I know any Italian, I'm going off now. Um, and we will be in touch again. Thank you so much for your wisdom
Sure.
today.
Thank you. Bye. Ciao.
Ciao.